In this video I will show you the power of the mutually beneficial alliances, when you team up with someone and seriously look forward to weaken or even completely get rid of other opponents in the way that it would be mutually beneficial for both of you, without any of you taking the advantage over each other. This is another 4-player fixed card gameplay which is being played with public randoms. Settings: alliances on, balance blitz dice rolls in 60 seconds per turn. So as you saw in the beginning of the game, the blue player sent me the alliance request. And I understood the reason for that immediately. He wanted that I would move out from South America so he would be able to easily capture it, or at the very least that we wouldn't be contesting for it or even crushing each other's troops. Or I mean, of course I could have gone for South America myself, making the blue player the way to move out, but then I guess I wouldn't have been appreciated by the blue player at all, as I don't think this would have been the thing he wanted. But now the blue player should be very happy about me, so I assume he will move his troops out from Africa too and then won't guard much against me. Or at the very least he should be going after other opponents while not being problematic for me at all. And yeah, as you can see, he moved his troops from Africa out and then didn't even guard against me at all, fortifying his 4 troops he had on Argentina to Venezuela to strengthen his border against Yellow. So I assume we should be having a very good alliance. I showed the friendliness to him, and he showed the friendliness to me as well. And to be honest, I'm very satisfied that I let the blue player get South America moving out to Africa, as after all the yellow player is going for North America, so the yellow player is going to be the blue player's problem but not mine, and if the blue player wants to go for North America, then he will have no way but to fight the yellow player. While I having Africa could expand to Europe easily with nobody going for it. Well, whether I would actually be able to successfully hold it, that's another question. But having the alliances with the blue and yellow players increases the probability for sure, so not sure how the red player would feel about it. But I mean, one way or another, assuming the blue and yellow players won't be satisfied with each other, it will make the most sense for me to go after the red player. So my plan in this game to eliminate the red player so I would be having the advantage over blue and yellow the diplomacy-wise in case they are going to be enemies with each other. But for now I'm not sure what are the blue player's plans. At first it looked like that he might prevent the yellow player from going for America, but in the next turn he added some troops next to my border as well, properly guarding it, so I haven't started doing anything for now. All I did is just put some troops to Europe, so the yellow player wouldn't decide to go for Europe instead of North America, with Europe having fewer opponents' troops inside. With yellow going for North America instead of Europe, it increases the chances for her and blue to be enemies with each other. And as I said, with the yellow and blue players possibly fighting, I would like to get rid of the red player to ensure that I have the advantage the diplomacy-wise in a 3-player situation. But since I haven't really seen anything coming for the blue player yet, I haven't started targeting the red player. I just sent the attack request for blue to attack yellow and red and was just waiting to see what the blue player does. And what he did was added some troops to North America going to the South America, so the yellow player would potentially move her 5 troops from the Central America out, letting the blue player fortify them to South America. But who knows, the blue player maybe is just bluffing to not make the yellow player to be intimidated by him. As first of all, if he had just wanted to let the yellow player capture North America, then he probably wouldn't have added more troops to North America at the first place, and probably just moved them out from North America by attacking my top right Asian territory. So because he didn't do that, it still gave me the hopes that he would be potentially targeting yellow. So what I did is crush the 4 troops of red in Europe and at the same time wiped out some territories of yellow too, to show blue that I would like to team up with him on our opponents. I captured all the territories of yellow in Europe besides 1, because I didn't want to capture Europe, so the blue player wouldn't possibly feel that I'm taking the advantage of him. Even though we're allies, he probably wouldn't like that I would be getting quite more troops than him. And who knows, maybe it would have even made our friendship to be over, as by seeing that I could become the biggest threat for the game he might have attacked me instead of focusing on the other players. Or even if he hadn't invaded me, then there would have still been the yellow and red players who probably wouldn't have appreciated the fact that I'm holding Africa plus Europe as well. So to capture Europe probably would have been a very bad diplomacy choice, as nobody would have liked that I get to hold both of them, so probably then all of the players' attention would have been towards me. And oh wow, it seems that the blue player is going to take the yellow player out. But yeah, with not getting as good blitz rolls as he was probably expecting, he failed. The thing is that he didn't use his 8 troops he had on Venezuela in order to crush yellow's troops on the eastern United States territory, as if he had done so, then I guess he would have very likely taken the yellow player out. What I was planning is to possibly take the red player out in this turn, but since the yellow player was given away for me, obviously I won't miss that opportunity going for the yellow player, firstly with me being totally guaranteed to take her out. But yeah, I think I can still very likely take the red player out as well, and then I should win the whole game easily. The blue player, by having his biggest army in South America blocked plus only 1 card, just guarantees me that he won't be able to make a comeback anyhow. So hopefully the luck doesn't fail me this time. Let's use manual rolls to weaken the red player's Australian army. Well, the dice hate me. But whatever, I still have the chance. Well, not anymore obviously. So the red player will survive and I end up being in a huge disadvantage the diplomacy-wise in case the blue player decides to betray me now. I'm not sure what the blue player will do, but I decided to tell him to attack my territory if he needs to, so if he attacked me, then he wouldn't attack me that much. Or in the best case scenario would just capture North America without invading me into my continents, giving me away the game. But yeah, as you can see, the blue player is smart enough to not take my alliance too seriously. He invaded me into both of my continents. And maybe you won't believe me, but I'm actually pretty happy with it. As after all, he neither captured a lot of territories of mine nor fortified his 14 troops army out from the blocked place. So that still gives me hopes to win the whole game. So I just recaptured Europe, putting my troops to 1 big army. So if the red player invaded me, then I would be able to take him out, or if the blue player invades me, then I would only lose 1 troop, and would be still suitable to do something by having 1 bigger army instead of multiple spread troops. And as you can see, the red player is smart enough to not invade me, 1 big army has prevented it. But the blue player should really do that if he doesn't want to give away me the game. As you saw, I was still pretending to be his good ally by sending him thumbs up and then the request to attack the red player. And that actually worked out. I was still able to hold Europe, and all he did is just captured 1 single territory of mine, so I was able to get a decent territorial troops bonus too. And with me additionally having a set, it just guarantees me to take the red player out. I won't get another bad blitz roll running out of troops, right? Well, we're about to find it out. And yeah guys, this is the time I finally succeed. So I think it's the game over now. I doubt the blue player will be able to do something. Just look how beautifully I trapped him in South America. But of course he does have a 10 troop set at 3 cards. So it's kinda unfortunate for me, but actually not that much, because it still doesn't really increase the blue player's chances to win the game much. So it will just take some more time to finish him off for me. And actually I cannot really believe that he still kept his South American army blocked. That just gives me the opportunity to trap him again. I didn't invade South America back then, so why I would now? Or I'm not sure why the blue player thought it was a great idea. But yeah, that's a GG. I won. If you guys enjoyed watching this video, then I would recommend checking some of these out as well.